Hi folks, Donnie D here. This will be my first time making an out-of-the-box video. First time for everything. Maybe I won't screw it up too bad. The reason I'm making it is, one thing, I like to make videos, but the main thing is, what's in this box is a red dot sight that I ordered earlier this week. It's a Vortex Strikefire red dot sight. And the reason I didn't open the box up until I made this video is I actually wanted my real first impressions of it. And that's all this is. This is not a review by any means, because I don't know anything about this site except for what I read from the place that I bought it and from the company's website. And they're always going to say good stuff, right? But anyway, I suspect it's probably a pretty good site. But the main reason I made it is because, well, there are a ton of reviews and out of the box, unboxing, whatever you want to call it, videos on this site online. So you're not going to have any problems going anywhere to find information on it. But every single one of them that I looked at was made by people that were going to use it on or already using it on an AR-15. That's because it's a sight that's well suited to particularly to a flat top AR-15. It actually comes with, I believe this one did, according to what I ordered, it actually comes with mounting rings that are sized in the height that will allow this scope to be, what do you call it, oh shoot, I can't think of the word, when the dot lines up with the with your iron sights for a flat top AR-15. Co-witness, there you go. I'm getting old, I forget stuff. But I'm not going to use it on that. I bought this sight to use on this. The one I made a video on the other day. It's a new gun for me. I've only shot it a few times. I'm very happy with it so far. But the video is not about the gun. I just want to show you what I'm going to try to use it on. You may think it's too big for the gun. I don't think it is. I mean, I plan on also getting a full-size handgun scope for it that I'm going to interchange the two depending on what I'm shooting, and it's going to be much bigger than this red dot, and it's designed for a handgun. So we'll see though. I may not like it for this gun, but we're going to try it. And the good thing about this gun for this part is the scope and the red dot is it comes with the rail already on it. That's just an integral part of the gun. And by the way, the gun is safe and unloaded. But anyway, we're going to set that aside anyway. We're going to dig into this bad boy. Paid $159 for it from Optics Planet. The retail is $169.95 or something like that, and I had free shipping and about a $10 off coupon, so I saved a little bit of money on it. So let's open it up and see what we got in here. It's going to be the usual stuff, of course, in this bag. Let's see what we got. I'll try to get through this real quick and get to looking at the site. We've got, oh, okay, we'll look at that in a minute. We've got this mounting ring, which obviously is way too high for what I need to use on my handgun. I'll find somebody that needs this, or I'll just put it in my little box of smalls that I keep in my gun cabinet. Of course, we've got a battery and an Allen key for mounting and adjusting and all that kind of good stuff. What I hope will be a pretty good owner's manual, and of course a lens cleaning cloth, the usual stuff that you expect to get. Set this stuff over here to the side a minute. And of course this is pretty cool. This is the reason I wanted this particular sight, is because it comes with a 2x magnifier. I just want a little bit more magnification on it than what I've got on some of the other ones that I use, and hopefully it'll work good. I don't have a clue. I've heard both good and bad stuff about it. Like I said, there's plenty of reviews on this site. Let's take a quick look at the site. And by the way, because I plan to use it on the handgun, I don't think these are going to fit. I'll have to get some, obviously I'm going to have to get some bigger ones. I didn't know. I just wanted this height. So these are obviously not going to work on this site. But I'll pick some up from a local gun shop that'll fit it. But you see the difference in the height. I wanted it down as low, obviously, as I could to the rail to make it as accurate as possible. Let's see what this bad boy looks like. Nice looking sight. By the way, I was at my local gun shop today, and the guy that owns it had his personal aim point sight. Very similar to this one. I mean, in looks, I'm sure the aim point costs about, I don't know, several dollars more than this one, probably in the $500–600 range. And this one was $160 roughly for me. But this one feels very similar to it, not quite as heavy, which is good. It's not very heavy at all, as a matter of fact. I'll probably go ahead and mount it on the gun with this thing and sight it in with these until I can find the right size rings and height rings for it, so I can shoot the thing. It's not going to be that much difference anyway. I just have to aim high about half an inch or so, or shoot it high about a half inch or so, and then I'll get the right rings and I'll just I'll get adjusted to that. It's a nice feeling sight. I've heard people complaining about these lens covers. I don't see anything wrong with them. They appear to be exactly like the aim point lens covers. I'm not sure how this switch is. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. Let me get this battery put in here so we can take a look at this thing. Thankfully, it came with a battery. I actually started to order another sight. I can't remember which one it was, and I changed my mind and decided not to buy it because they didn't include a battery. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm going to pay this much money, you're not even going to give me a battery? I don't think so. But let's get this thing screwed on here if we can. The first sight I ordered, I actually ordered a Vortex Spark, which is a bit smaller sight, about $30 more, supposed to be a little bit higher quality, a little bit newer, more modern, I guess, sight. For one thing, it's got a 2 MOA dot, whereas this is supposed to have a 4 MOA dot. But let's just see. We'll turn it on red like that. Okay, well, let's see if I can give you an idea. Nice looking dot. Doesn't look all that, whoops, sorry about that. Doesn't look all that big to me. Let's see if I can get it in here. There's one brightness. Let's see if it's get it brighter or dimmer. Kind of bright in here on that towel there, but anyway, it's kind of hard to see. We'll aim it at something later. You can also change it to the green dot by hitting the power button. This is the power, not the power button. This is the button that changes the whether it's a red dot or green dot. And this is the brightness up, and this is the brightness down. Let's see what we get here. Let me look at it with my eyeball first. I got to cut it back on. Let's see here. Oh, I know what I did. There we go. I forgot that let's try it again. I forgot that this button also gives you night vision, and I had hit night vision. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't see the dot. There we go. Let me put it on that. You hit the that button, power button once. Hit it again, it changes it to a red dot. Hit it again, goes back to green. If you cut it off, I think you hold it for 5 seconds and it cuts off. Brightness up, brightness down, and if you hit this, it'll put it on night vision, which basically makes it so you can't see it without night vision. Keeps it from being too bright to use night vision, but I doubt I'll ever use night vision stuff. I'm just not into it. But I don't know. This is just a first impression of the scope. It feels very solid. Probably will use it on green dot more than red. I've got a 5-field red dot on my my Taurus tracker. I like it just fine. But I did want to try to stick this bad boy on here and see what happens. There you go. She's screwing in there now. I was anxious to know if I was going to lose my unlimited eye relief by putting this thing here on, and I can see right now that it's going to cut down on my field of view, but it doesn't hurt the eye relief. I think it'll be just fine. I'm trying to look through it, and I'm not even going to try to show you this through the camera. But I can see the green dot fine. I can see the red dot fine. It does give me a little bit of magnification, so I think it's going to be just fine. Okay, just looking at the scope, it feels nice. It feels solid. I wish that these guys here had fitted, but as you can see, they're way too small. I'll just throw them in my box of smalls and use them on something else later, and I'll go find what I need at my gun shop and get this thing mounted up right. But for the time being, I am going to go ahead and mount it with these and try it out a little bit. Maybe I can go tomorrow. Maybe it won't be so windy. It was terribly windy today. I was going to take something out, do a little shooting today, but it was just too windy, especially if you're going to shoot anything for 22. Just way too windy. Is that all I wanted to say? Like I said, I started to order the Strikefire. That's the first thing I ordered, but found out it was on back order. So I called back and canceled that and ordered this one. Let's see how it compares to the size of the handgun. With the 2-power magnifier on it. Of course, it's pretty large, but I think it'll be just fine. I think it'll work out and do my needs just fine. Now, once I get this thing mounted, get it sighted in, and get a chance to shoot this gun with this sight on it, if I decide to keep this sight on there, I'll make a proper review and opinion video on both together, and let you see how they shoot. This gun, I can already tell you, this gun is going to be sweet. It's going to make me a nice, for my shooting skills, it's going to make a really nice little target pistol for me. I'm very happy with my Taurus tracker as my 22 target revolver, and I think this is going to be just fine as my 22 semi-auto target pistol. But we'll see, and as soon as I can find out a little bit more about both of them, because like I said, I know very little about either of them, as soon as I find out a little bit more, I'll make a proper review video on both. And like I said, I don't see anything wrong with a lot of people had complained about these covers being crappy. I see nothing wrong with it. They said that they thought this was cheap and chintzy. It'll only be on there when I'm shooting at, say, 100 yards or better. I see nothing wrong with it. It looks like it's very well made, but just like any magnifier, it's going to cut down on your field of view a little bit. But I was more concerned about my eye relief, and it doesn't seem to affect that at all. Also, people were concerned about this button being really easy to bump and turn on. I won't know much about that until I give it a try. We'll see. But anyway, I'll let you go now, try to make this thing so stinking long. This is Donnie D, and I do want to say one more thing, or two more things. First of all, please, don't forget to keep the fight up for our Second Amendment rights. Keep the pressure on your legislators to stand up for our Second Amendment rights. Let them know where you stand. And don't let your guard down, because the anti-gunners are not through with us yet. And if you don't mind, take a look at my video. If you take a look at this video, if you don't mind, to either give me a thumbs up or a thumb down, whether or not you like it or not, that's up to you. Give me a comment if you don't mind, and please subscribe, because I need all the help I can get. Donnie D, I'll see you next time. Bye.